Hello. We are going to be taking a look at the story of Adam and Eve in the Quran. And I just want to point this out here real quick here, verse 237. Okay. But Satan caused them both to slip by means of it and drove them out of the state in which they were. Okay. Um, and we said, go forth. Some of you are enemies of others. This is the word that I want to really take a close look at. The reason why I want to take a look at the word enemies is because currently all the people in the story, um, we're talking about God, Satan, Adam, and Eve. And so there's four people. And so it caught my eye originally because I'm like, what? Enemies of others? And so my point is, there's only a very small amount of people in the story at this time. And um, that caught my eye. And then later on, this gets even more interesting, is I came across this in the Bible, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman. What this means is mistrusting, or kind of almost a hatred in some ways, like a trying to be better than, or a competing with, not trusting. And so this is really interesting. If you read the two stories side by side, this particular verse comes up pretty much in the same place as the Quran verse right here, where we're talking about we're going to make you enemies of others. Okay, which you got to understand that in this context right here, it doesn't make any sense because there's only a couple people standing on the planet right now. There's not a lot of people. It's just Adam and Eve. Okay, and then to further go into this, I found that the Quran doesn't know the name of Adam's wife, and Adam named his wife Eve. Okay, because she was to become the mother of everyone who would be living. Okay, that's like us now. She's like the mother of everyone who is living. So it's kind of a big deal. She's only the second person on the planet. So her name is, for lack of a better term, critical. I had to go to the middle of the Quran to find it. We're way down here at 527. But here is Adam and his sons, Cain and Abel, right here. So someone is asking Muhammad to recite to them with truth the tale of the two sons of Adam. Okay? And so, yeah, it's right here. This is going down right now. And it was accepted from one of them, and it was not accepted from the other. I wonder if that was the younger brother or the older brother from the other. Okay, but one of them said, I will surely kill thee. And then so and so answered, Allah, no, was it the younger brother that answered, Allah accepteth only from those who ward off evil. For me, I intend to let thee draw on thyself my sin as well as thine, for thou wilt be among the companions of fire. I don't know if it was the older brother or the younger one, and that is the reward of those wrongdoers. I've seen wrongdoers somewhere else, and got to understand there's not a lot of people on the planet right now. Hang on, I'll get there. Okay, then Allah sent a raven to scratch the ground to show him where to hide his brothers. How did he get naked? I wonder. It's kind of weird. But I'm trying to figure out I mean, I thought this was a fight up here. I don't understand why someone's all of a sudden naked. Okay, but anyway, because of all that, but why are we talking about children of Israel in the first place? Because, you know, children of Israel, I mean, they're way down the timeline here. Way, 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 way down the timeline. I'm confused because I had to go to the middle of the book to find the story, and then when I finally found the story, we're talking about the children of Israel. And the children of Israel, they didn't show up until after the flood. Um, okay, so we'll go to something else. Okay, um, there we go. Let's go to this. These are the prophets from who God did miracles. Okay, and my definition of a miracle is something which is impossible according to the physical laws of nature. Okay, and that's why it would be called like supernatural. Okay, of the 25 through whom God performed recorded miracles, 16 of them performed only, like 3 miracles. So I just went with there were so many of them. I just went with the top 9 that performed more than 3 miracles each. Okay, so we got Philip, he's got 7 plus. We got Elijah, 10. We got Peter, he's 12 plus. Elisha, I think is how you say that, has got 15. Paul has got 15 plus. Now, I've heard people say that as, derogatory or, like attacking the Bible or something. Well, Paul wrote, 3/4 of the Bible or something like that. Well, he's got 15 plus miracles there. That's, that qualifies for, him being able to at least write some of it, half of it or whatever. We got Moses here. He's got 27. And we got Jesus with 105 plus miracles. And it's just really interesting because you have Jesus with all these miracles here, okay? And I think there was one that I read in the Quran that it didn't make sense to me because he made a bird out of clay or something like that. And that's kind of more like a magic trick. Usually the miracles benefited others quite often. So I just didn't, I wish the Quran would have came out and said, that Jesus would have healed somebody or something like that, because that's kind of more what he was, doing most of the time. The other one, the other Quran miracle was he spoke from the crib. And I just say, well, what did he say? Because I want to know what Jesus said. It's very important to me. Okay? But no one seems to have this answer. They just kind of shrug their shoulders and laugh. So anyway, here's another issue. Muslims believe in the word of Allah was used by Jesus. Okay? When he was hung on the cross. They believe that he uttered Allah's name just before he passed away. The problem with this is you don't believe that Jesus was ever hung on the cross. In fact, according to the Quran, it was a make-believe thing that happened, and everybody was just like faked out. So what happens here is, because you have the two things here, one of these is a lie. Okay? So you need to make that determination, and you need to tell your friends and everybody also that they need to make that determination, because you can't keep bouncing back and forth between these two things. One of them's a lie. This one here, I need an answer for this one. Our signs, okay? This is repeated over and over and over and over again through the Quran. And this combined with we, it sounds like a group of people or a group of beings that are calling the shots, and that really concerns me. Okay? And I already have the answer. I already know what it is, but I just want, I want you to look inwardly and really think about that, because our is plural. It's not, have you seen my signs? It's our signs. Okay? So you need to look into that.